It's over, boys. 1 minute ago, Donald Trump was declared the winner, and I went straight over to our politics to see them just break down. Contrary to all the BS they tried to pull, and against what seems like all odds with everything that Trump had to endure, he kept fighting. And I really do think in the future, people are going to look back at this moment as a turning point in American history, more so than really any other election, at least in my lifetime. And really quickly, let's refresh the sub. Let's see what people are saying. See if anyone's upset. And here we go. We got some cope and seed. Although the election's already over, bud. So, yeah, you're a bit late on that one. Let's just go down and let's just see the rage. And this is saying the Republicans won control of the Senate and the House, which would be epic. Never in my life have I wanted to see Republicans completely control something more than now, with the fact that they're putting Elon Musk in charge of basically going into the government and rooting out everything that's wrong with it. Say what you want about Elon Musk, but that guy just wins. Everything that he touches turns to gold. So I think if he has a hand in the government and if he's, helping the direction of America, I think that is amazing. 13 minutes ago, Harris is bringing us politics of joy, according to this guy. Yeah, okay. And here we go. 17 minutes ago, before the election was called, we got this thread with 961 comments. Let's go into this. Put your hazmat suits on, boys. Does this timeline make sense to anyone else? The nation has a short memory. The seed. Look at them. They're so upset. First convicted felon president. You hear this one a lot from the Democrats as like a major talking point. And his sentence was he sent money to the actress who said that they banged, and he told her to say that they didn't bang. That was the horrible thing that he did, that these people are saying, is like a big talking point. And that's why I'm glad that the idiocracy prophecy did not come true. If Kamala Harris got elected, then I actually do believe that movie would have come true. The past 4 hours have been absolute hell for this subreddit. Yeah, okay, the R word, yes. This is worse than 2016 for me because at least you pretend that most people didn't know what they were going into. This time there's no excuses. You have to look at most Americans as horrible. Say what you will about the Democrats. I don't think they're horrible. I think they're horribly misguided by the media. I think the mainstream media has a big part to play as to why people perceive Trump in the way they do. How in the F did we not get record voting turnout? That's an interesting question. And I was listening to this guy's coverage of the election earlier, and he explained it pretty well. People went out to vote for Trump because they love Trump, and people went out to vote for Harris because they hated Trump. They didn't go out to vote for Harris because they loved her. People are not going to stand in a line for an hour or 2 hours to vote for someone they don't really care about. The question this guy really should have been asking is, how in the F did Kamala Harris become the Democratic nominee? I don't understand how, but he's going to win. I thought for sure people in this country would not want someone like him again. You would think that way if you're corrupted by the mainstream media. And I think a lot of people are just so busy with their lives and their jobs that they don't have a whole lot of time to, look deeper into this stuff and form their own opinions. And thankfully, a lot more people are tuning into YouTube to, get more opinions. There's a lot more conservatives on YouTube, I believe, than there are liberals. There appears to be some gloating Trump voters in here. Tell us why. Why did you vote for him? Just don't like Kamala for president? Were you around from 2016 to 2020? You thought that was good times? I mean, I'll speak for myself. I was in the country from 2016 to 2020. Right now, I am currently in Vietnam being a digital nomad, but who knows? Maybe I'll be coming back. This dude says it's competition against the libs. I don't really see it as competition because, if you look at our politics, for example, it's all liberal. And Donald Trump did have their own Reddit, but you guys went out of your way to ban the Donald Trump Reddit, r the Donald. So you guys are not really, in favor of friendly competition. They're pieces of poo who don't care about anyone except themselves. They don't even care about themselves. They only try to make other people as miserable as them. I don't see myself having any immediate benefit from Trump becoming president. I don't know exactly what he's going to do. I don't know his exact policies. But what I do know is he was pushing back against illegal immigration, which I think is one of the worst things that's ever happened to America. And I think the Democrat agenda was they wanted to make it legal for the illegal immigrants to vote via some process. We're going to naturalize them. If you've been here for maybe a year or two, even if you're illegal, maybe you can vote. And that is such an effed up thing because a lot of the people that were coming over here knew they could only come over here because of the Biden administration. I don't know if you guys have seen this guy's channel, Nick Shirley, but I've seen a few of his videos where he goes the border, or he'll go to different small towns and interview migrants. Every illegal immigrant that he interviews always says they're going to vote for Biden, and they know that Biden is the reason why they were able to get over here in the first place. I think instead of trying to import people from all these other countries to basically buy votes, what we need to do is less importing, like people can still come in through a process, but more focusing on trying to incentivize people to have kids and just trying to make our neighborhoods nice again and safe. And here we go. Popular is starting to fill with people realizing that Kamala Harris is not going to be president. This dude on Our Advice Animals is freaking out. He finally realized that, what the media has been spoon feeding him is not reality. And it's like in the Matrix when he takes the red pill and he's realizing what the actual reality is. Trump just won in New Jersey County that hasn't gone red since 1992. Unreal. He won a county in Texas that is 97% Latino and hasn't voted for Republican since 1892. That's what's up, Latino bros. Trump has won Democratic counties that have been blue since 1892. When I see stuff like that, it actually almost brings a tear to my eye. And I want to close on this point that this Redditor is making. Every time he opens his mouth, he sounds like an absolute moron. The thing about Trump that you're not going to see on pretty much any other politician is he's not afraid to speak his mind. And every once in a while, he'll say something that can be clipped out of context, and the media just runs with it. But if you look at like Kamala Harris, for example, she never really was able to speak her mind. The way I think about Trump is he's like a parent. Yes, he's not perfect and he makes mistakes, but he does go out of his way to try to do the best thing for you. Whereas Kamala Harris and like Biden, for example, they're kind of the parent that just is absent and they don't really care. And if you compare families of Trump and Biden, you look at Biden's kid and he's completely out of control. He's doing all these drugs and all that stuff. And if you look at Trump's kids, I don't know that much about them, but they're not on the news because they're doing all this crazy stuff. And from what I've heard of Barron Trump, his youngest kid, who's like 6'9" or something, all of his classmates have really good things to say about him. He keeps to himself and he's very grounded. Whereas Biden's kid was just not that way. Like, he grew up without a parent, and I feel like America was without a parent for a while. But I think with Donald Trump, daddy's home. And not only daddy's home, both daddies are home. Elon Musk is going to be just doing great things, I think.